What's going on, guys? My name is Austin and welcome back to another episode of What's New in Scootering, brought to you by TheVaultProScooters. This is the series where I talk about all the new products that have recently dropped, and I'm super excited to show them to you guys. So today we're going to be taking a look at the Envy AOSV5 decks, along with the Fasen Spiral completes, the Envy Declare V2 fork, and TSI Satellite decks. So a lot to talk about. Let's dive into it. Here it is, Raymond Warner's AOSV5 deck. The AOSV5 is obviously the 5th generation of the AOS model deck. Ace of Spades, they've done 5 of them, this is the 5th one. Everyone has featured some major difference. This one is really the head tube. They went all out when designing it to make it not only lighter but also stronger. Raymond's deck does feature his iconic blue paint job. However, this one's a little bit more light. It does sparkle as well. I don't know if you guys can pick that up on the camera, but it does have more of a sparkle to it. On top of the deck, you have Raymond Warner's name there, and this is not a sticker like it was on the previous decks. This is actually like water decaled in it, so very nice. Moving to the bottom of the deck, here we are. This is Raymond Warner's signature graphic. Got a squid here, got the R-Dub logo, some coins, super sweet. So Raymond's deck does actually come in 2 different sizes, this one being the 4.7 by 20.5. There is also a 5.1 by 21, just in case you guys do want a bigger deck. General specs, other than the width and length, are exactly the same across the board for the 2 different sizes. You're still gonna have the 82.5 degree head tube angle, along with the wheel compatibility of up to 125 by 30 wide. Currently, with the spacers on the deck, you can only ride 24 mil. However, Envy does offer a aftermarket spacer pack. The AOSV5 decks do come with the nylon box to end inserts, so your grinds are gonna be nice and reliable. And if you don't wanna ride box ends, you can just pull them off. You'll be good to go. Envy nylon brake, of course, just like all the previous decks. It does still come with the hole on the bottom, so if you want to get an Envy wheel guard and slide it down and bolt it on the bottom of the deck, so when you're on grinds, it'll lock you in nicely. You can run an Envy wheel guard on the top or the bottom. When it comes to weight, the 4.7 inch Raymond Warner deck weighs 3.5 pounds and the 5.1 inch Raymond Warner deck weighs 3.7. Before I move on, I actually did speak with the owner of Envy, got a little bit of insight when it came to designing the AOSV5s, and a big thing he wanted me to bring up was when it came to doing these decks, they gave the riders full creative control. When it came to color, when it came to size, the graphic, they wanted to give the riders pretty much full control. It's cool to see that Envy gave them all the freedom that they needed to create what they wanted. So let's move on to Flavio's deck. Flavio's deck is one of the coolest in my opinion. It features this, I don't even know what you would call this paint job. If you can see this, the deck is literally like glitter. So just like Raymond's deck and the rest, it does come in 2 sizes. You have the 5.5 by 22 or the 6 by 23. Those are the 2 sizes that Flavio wanted, and the specs around the board are exactly the same. Before I move on to the specs, this is Flavio's graphic. Full creative control once again. This is the graphic that he wanted. This is what you got. Flavio's deck features an 84 degree head tube angle and can fit the same wheel compatibility as all the other decks. Does come with the included deck ends and the same head tube cutout as the rest as well. And before I move on, the 5.5 Flavio deck weighs 3.8 pounds and the 6 wide comes in at 4.4. Next up is Jonathan Perroni. Jonathan Perroni's deck is pretty much exactly the same as Flavio's when it comes spec-wise. You do have Jonathan Perroni's graphic here on the top, along with some more decals to make it a little bit more special. Moving on to the bottom, this is where it really gets special. This is honestly one of the coolest graphics. You have a cat with the Envy logo. Really, really sweet signature graphic, and I'm hyped that Jonathan Perroni went so hard with it. Like I said, Jonathan Perroni's deck does share the same exact specs as Flavio's, so you get the 5.5 by 22 or the 6 by 23, 84 degree head tube angle, same wheel compatibility, everything else is exactly the same. The 5.5 Jonathan Perroni deck weighs 3.8 pounds and the 6 wide Jonathan Perroni deck weighs 4.4. Alrighty, next up is Will Scott's signature deck. So Will Scott's deck does share the midnight colorway that the previous KOS model and one of the S7 Prodigies came in, so it's cool to see that come back. His signature graphic is crazy. It's like the full deck. I believe this is Will Scott himself as a skeleton holding the Envy playing card, and of course you do have his name here identifying that this is his signature deck. Will's deck does come either 4.9 by 20.5 or 5.5 by 22. The 4.9 does come with an 82.5 degree head tube angle. Same wheel compatibility as the rest, box ends. Really the only difference is going to be the length and the width and the head tube angle. The larger size features an 84 degree head tube angle and all the same specs as the rest. The 4.9 model weighs 3.6 pounds and the 5.5 model weighs 3.8 pounds. Next up is Oh, Didine's signature deck. He had the AOSV4 6-wide deck. He actually had the first 6-wide Envy deck. Moving on to his AOSV5 model, he did stick with the matte black colorway, but went a little hard on the graphic. If we look here, homie's graphic is him as a pirate. Super sick graphic. I don't know who designed it, but they did a really sweet job. You have the Envy logo thrown in there. I really, really do like it. And on the top, loud and proud, man, Didine. And when it comes to sizes, Didine chose 6x23 and 5.1x23. Both sizes do share an 83-degree head tube angle, a wheel compatibility of no bigger than 125 by 30 wide. The nylon deck ends are included, of course, and the all-new AOSV5 head tube. When it comes to weight, the 5.1 weighs 4 pounds and the 6 weighs 4.4 pounds. Next up is Charles Padel. One of my favorite riders personally. I just love his riding style. When it comes to his AOSV5, he went all out when it came to graphics as well. This deck is pretty much intended to be ridden with clear grip tape, and you can see why. On the top of the graphic, you just have everything that he wanted on a deck there. When it comes to, I guess, his lifestyle, his life experiences, he just wanted everything. So when he's riding and he looks down, he can pretty much be reminded of whatever it is he wants to be reminded of. Moving to the bottom, the graphics just carry over. Super sick graphic, and his is in matte black, just like Didine's. Charles's deck comes 6x23 or 5.1x22. Both do share the 84-degree head tube angle, the wheel compatibility of 125 by 30 wide, nylon deck ends, and of course, the all-new AOS V5 head tube. So, super sick. Congrats, Charles. Really like this deck, and if you guys want to support any of those riders, pick up their deck. So you guys may be asking yourself, where's John Reyes' deck? We sold out. We don't have it right now. At the time of filming this video, I don't actually have one to physically hold in my hand, but I still will go over the general specs of the deck just so you guys know, and we'll throw up a photo here of the deck so you guys can see what the graphic looks like. And hopefully at the time that this video does release, the deck will be available for you guys to buy. John's deck comes 4.75 by 20.9 or 4.9 by 21. They both share an 83-degree head tube angle and a wheel compatibility of up to 125 by 30 mil, and of course feature the all-new AOS V5 head tube. The 4.7 John Reyes deck comes in at 3.7 pounds, and the 4.9 John Reyes deck comes in at 3.9 pounds. You can see the photo on the screen. Check out that deck. The links are down below. But hopefully, like I said, at the time that this comes out, you guys can cop one for yourself if you really want one. That is it for the AOS V5 decks. Like I said earlier, if you guys are interested in any of those, all the links are down below. Let's move on to the all-new Envy Declare V2 fork. Fun fact, I actually rode the first Declare fork on my scooter. I actually rode it with the AOS V3 or AOS V2 deck along with the Max Peter bars. It was a long time ago, but it was one of my favorite scooters that I ever had. The new model does come compatible with IHC compression. It is not compatible with SCS or HIC, just in case you guys were curious. It is a fully forged aluminum fork, so you know it's super strong. When it comes to wheel compatibility, Envy did make the Declare V2 compatible with up to 125 by 30 millimeter wheels. If you look here on the box, it actually does come with spacers for 28 mil and 30 mil, along with the 24 millimeter ones already on the fork. So you're ready to go immediately. If you do buy the fork, make sure you hang on to these spacers or the box, throw it in a bag somewhere, put it in a drawer. So if you guys do decide to upgrade to the bigger wheels, you're not hunting down those spacers, you know exactly where they are. The Declare V2 fork comes in at 0.8 pounds. Super sleek looking. I love the Envy logos. And if you guys do need a new IHC fork, I highly, highly recommend you guys pick this one up here. I am holding the black colorway. However, it does come in 3 others. You guys can see it comes in jade, silver or chrome, and oil slick. All right, so that is it for Envy's products in today's video. Before I do move on to the rest, let's check out some comments. I really want them to deliver to Australia. I guess this is a good question because I'm sure a few of you guys, or a lot of you guys, are curious. We are working on getting international shipping back on our website. When it comes to building a new website and getting in contact and getting everything synced with FedEx Cross Borders, that's who we ship through, it's honestly more work than it sounds. We're working on it. It will be back here eventually, along with bar cuts and stuff like that. I know a ton of you guys are looking to buy bars, and when you're on our website, you don't see any option for them to be cut. That is also coming here shortly. At the time of filming this, we just moved on to the new year. This is the first video that I'm filming of 2020, and I'm hoping, hopefully, by the end of January, international shipping and bar cuts will be back, but I guess we'll see. It's just a ton of work goes into that, but I appreciate all your guys' patience and stay tuned for those to come back. Great comment, and please don't hate me. Caleb Binding, he says, James, you build a better scooter than Matisse. I gotta hear what Matisse has to say about this. Hey, bud.
Hello, sir.
Hey, so I'm doing What's New in Scootering, and I'm reading the comments, and a young boy named Caleb Binding says that James can build a better scooter than you.
Whoa! You know what? You can just delete that kid from the whole YouTube account.
Just block him? Just straight block him?
What's that kid's name?
Caleb Binding.
Is it with a C or a K?
It's
Are
with
you
the...
gonna find him?
Oh, dude, I'm gonna find him.
He's like, I'm already looking him up on Instagram.
He's done.
Alrighty, well...
Is it with a C or a K?
It's a...
I'm serious. If you can see me, you're done. You're done for.
I'm just gonna say, it cracks me up that the first custom build, you've never built a scooter, and you built the scooter better than like half the people that have ever built scooters on our channel. Like, homie full deck gripped perfectly. It was dialed, there was no problems. Compatibility wasn't an issue. Just saying, our filmer can build a scooter better than half the people that have been on the channel, so. Just saying. Say Hi says, I always get bullied for scootering. Do I quit? Sad face. I want to get back into it. What should I do? It's a good comment. I bet you, I would go ahead and bet that a majority of you guys watching these videos can relate to that. Kids are really mean, like really mean. And honestly, it's just because they don't really get it yet. I would say if you're still getting bullied for scootering, man, honestly, if you can visually show that it's affecting you, it's only gonna encourage them to do it more. I know it's a very common thing to say, but it's very, very true. If somebody's picking on you and making fun of you for scootering and they know it's affecting you and you're visually being sad and upset about it, it's only gonna make them wanna do it more. So I would say, dude, stand up straight and just ignore it. If they're bullying you, dude, if it makes you happy, just enjoy it, man. Who cares? You're riding a scooter, you're enjoying it, and as you gradually get older, you'll realize that those people don't matter, man. Those were the comments. Make sure you guys are dropping comments down below for your chance to be featured in one of these videos. Before we do move on to the TSI Satellite deck, I want to talk about a couple new things that have come here at the Vault. First up is something that I'm super hyped on. It is the newest issue of our magazine, the Vault Zine. When it comes to making these, I put in a ton of effort along with Ryan Epchurch. Pretty much we tag team it. I'm the person who reaches out to all the vendors and everything to get ads. So if you look here, there's an Envy ad for all the decks that we just talked about. I reach out to all those people to make sure we get the ad, and I also figure out what we're gonna do for the cover. If you guys are interested in this, it's like $1.50, and it shows a ton of cool things when it comes to scootering, new product, and honestly, there's not too many scooter magazines out there, so I highly recommend you guys get one of these because we put in a ton of work, and for $1.50 on your next order, why wouldn't you get one? Next up is something else that I had a big roll in, and this isn't me tooting my horn, I just put in a lot of effort to making this. This is a new color of our camo grip tape. It is the exact same pattern as the previous camo, just with the red and white. We decided to put a bunch of cool graphics that we've had here on the back, along with some info identifying, you know, the width, the length, what exactly it is. The last big change that we do have with our grip tape is the quality. The first batch that we did, the quality wasn't the best. We really didn't know what to expect. It arrived, and unfortunately the quality wasn't the best. It wasn't too good. With this next one, the grip tape is exactly the same as Grizzly grip tape, so very high quality. If I were to peel this off, just so anybody who is interested in grip tape, you can see it is not a paperback, it is the black back grip tape, and it does have the perforated holes, so when you put it on, you're not gonna have air bubbles or anything. So super high quality, and these guys are only about 10 bucks a sheet, so if you wanna represent the Vault, pick up one of these too. Let's move on to the TSI Satellite deck. This is the first new deck that we've seen from TSI in quite a while, the last one being the TSI Box Cutter. The Satellite deck is based off of the Paramount, however, it does feature new dropouts and a new size. So super hyped if you guys are a fan of TSI. I mean, they've been around since day one, man. TSI is a great company, and if you're looking for a super reliable deck, USA made, TSI is the way to go. Taking a look at the head tube, you can see it does resemble the Paramount, however, it does have some slight changes here, and there's also a cutout, which is pretty sweet. I'm assuming that does reduce weight. You can see it does have an all-new dropout system, so you don't have to put on those TSI dropout reinforcements where you had to like slide them in there. These are aluminum inserts that are gonna last and you're not gonna have any issues with them. One of the biggest changes on this deck is the TSI Satellite deck can fit 30 wide wheels. So that was one of the biggest crippling things that TSI had. You couldn't ride any bigger than 24 millimeter wheels. And in this day and age, man, a lot of people favor 30 wides or even 28 wides, and now you can finally ride them with a TSI deck. So it comes with the included spacers if you want to ride 24, take those out if you want to ride the 30 wides, and you're good to go. Of course, with brake mounting, it is a traditional TSI brake. You can throw on pretty much any fender with a TSI deck. You're gonna be good to go. If you look at the bottom, there's not much there, pretty much resembles a Paramount, but super flat, super smooth, an 83.5 degree head tube angle, so super comfortable, pretty much what TSI has always had on their decks. The width on the Satellite deck is 5.75 inches wide, so this is the widest deck that TSI has ever made. When it comes to length, you can pick between 22, 22.5, or 23, so find the size that's right for you and get riding. The Satellite deck weighs 3.5 pounds. So the Satellite deck actually weighs less than the box cutter, however, it's bigger. I am currently holding the black colorway, however, it does also come in a raw. The raw does not feature the same graphics as the black. As you can see, there's no logo here on the top or in the front. It does come included with a TSI logo, so you can put that on the head tube. But other than that, it's the same exact deck, it's just raw and does not have the same logos. Moving on to the last product in today's video is gonna be the all-new Fasent Spiral Complete. So, I'm just like the perfect person to film these episodes. I actually rode the Fasent Spiral Complete and a majority of those parts when they had first dropped years ago. When I saw that they were recreating it, I was hyped, dude. It was like a blast of the past of my childhood, and I'm happy to be bringing it to you guys today. So this is the all-new Fasent Spiral Complete. Taking a look at the specs, you do get a standard spiral bar that comes 22.8 inches wide by 25.6 inches tall. The bar is actually fluted here, so it has a spiral design in the bar. Super unique, super cool. There's not another bar on the market that does have that. Moving down, you do have the Fasent double clamp here. Headset, just a Fasent integrated headset. The deck is actually the same deck as the Fasent signature decks. So along with the Vincent deck, it's the same exact one, except it's just blue. It does come 4.75 inches wide by 20.25 inches long. The fork is one of my favorite IHC forks out there, the Fasent Bullet Fork. I think this fork does not get enough love. I think it looks super sweet. Taking a look at the wheels, these are Fasent's 120 millimeter spoked wheels. They come 24 millimeter by 120 and pre-installed bearings, so you're good to go. One big misconception, I wanna make sure you guys are clear, you cannot ride the Envy boxed end inserts on this deck. Can't ride on any of the Fasent decks. Keep that in mind, those are made for Envy's dropouts, even though of course Fasent is a company under Envy, they're pretty much made in the same factory and stuff like that. They are different. When it comes to weight, the Fasent Spiral Complete does weigh 8 pounds, so it's pretty much in the same weight class of an Envy Prodigy. Super light, super reliable, and honestly, it's pretty much a Fasent custom build. Aside from the bars, we sell everything here separately, and if you were to add it to your cart, you're probably looking somewhere in the $400 or $500 price range, but you could pick this guy up right here for $239.95. Here is the red colorway. The scooter is exactly the same, specs are exactly the same. The only difference is gonna be the color of the deck. Alrighty, so that has been it for this episode of What's New in Scootering. If you guys did enjoy it, make sure you smash that like button, subscribe to The Vault, drop a comment letting us know, and stay tuned for more videos here in the future. Until then, my name is Austin. Have a good one.